everyone, and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. There's a little bit of everything in today's video, and this is part 4 in my zone cleaning series, and I'm working in the guest bedroom this week. But I like to start my day with a reset, and this doesn't involve any actual cleaning. Instead, the focus of my morning routine is to get the house tidy and prepare for the day. I put away the clean dishes, make the bed, and put things away that need to be put away, and I also try to fold a load of laundry and get that put away as well. And the order that I take care of these tasks depends on where I am when I decide to get started. And today I'm starting in the kitchen, and I like to get the clean dishes put away so that there's a place to put the dirty dishes. And it's much easier to put the dirty dishes straight into the dishwasher throughout the day, and that way I don't have to see the dishes pile up on the counter.
I wanna close my eyes and go back, play it in my mind. A movie of us two, yeah, we were happy at the time. Can't remember what it felt like. We used to be so strong. That picture perfect sky now, it looks so gray and cold. We've been laying here since 4 a.m. and you haven't said a word to me. Silent treatment, is this what it feels like when your heart is aching, when it bleeds? If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over, if it's over. Do you remember when we went to Paris in July? Got stuck out in the rain, but we danced around and didn't mind it. So young and reckless, baby, you and I fit just like a glove, but I guess that's over now. We've been laying here since 4 a.m. and you haven't said a word to me. Silent treatment, is this what it feels like when your heart is aching, when it bleeds? If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over, if it's over.
When I emptied the dishwasher, I set down the parts for the juicer so that I could focus on putting away the dishes in the kitchen. But now that I'm in this area, I need to put the parts back into the pantry where they belong.
If it's over, we've been laying here since 4 a.m.
I transferred the clothes over to the dryer this morning, so I have a few things hanging up to dry, but I still want to fold the clothes in the dryer and get them put away. And I always like to start by sorting the laundry before I start folding, and I'm not sure that it's any faster, but somehow the smaller piles seem to be more manageable than one big mountain of laundry, and it's more relaxing for me to fold one group at a time, and as one pile gets folded, I can see the progress that I'm making.
Say it's over, if it's over. Occasionally I need to breathe. Stop me for a second, I got needs. Occasionally I set them free. Don't hold me back now, I'm in the lead. This part, so cold life. This part, so cold life. What a time to be alive. Lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Another round on my mind, hate me.
I I get a lot of comments about the large number of t-shirts that I have to wash, and my husband tends to wear 2 t-shirts every day, so they pile up pretty quickly. And he wears a black plain t-shirt at work every day, and then when he comes home, he changes into a clean t-shirt.
Before I knew it, I was hurt by some stupid thing I overheard. I never built the wall to shut it all out, but now it's even made of concrete. This puzzle called life. This puzzle called life. What a time to be alive. Lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down. Never coming down. 'Cause lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Now they're round on my mind. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down. Never coming down. I'm never coming down. Never coming down.
I have a blanket that I need to wash today, so I'm just going to add the detergent, and to the rinse dispenser I'll add vinegar. And I like to air dry this blanket, so I'll fold it and put it away tomorrow with the rest of the laundry.
Lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down. Never coming down.
I used the last of the vinegar, so I took a minute to refill the container so that it would be ready for next time. And I do as much as I can with the time that I have now so that I don't have to deal with it later, because later I may not have the time.
I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Now they're round on my mind. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down.
And the last thing on my list today is getting the bed made, and it's the only thing that always gets done first thing in the morning. And once I make the bed, I can put away the laundry today, and that will be the last of my morning reset.
I don't think that I'm being that selfish right now. You said yourself you'd be breaking every vow. I can understand you're tired of this town, and I'm not saying that we have to settle down now. Just remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you. Stardust, stardust. Ooh, yeah. I'm the lazy one, so I guess I should have known. You said yourself you wanna do this alone. What if your dreams are making it hard to think straight? If you still love me, I can wait, I can wait. And remember this.
I almost skipped over this zone because there are so many other things that need to be done in this room before I can clean it, but then I would be missing an opportunity to take care of some things that I wouldn't normally have to do when I'm zone cleaning. But before I can clean the room, I need to declutter a few more things. But these pillows are something that I wanted to keep, and I sealed them in vacuum space saver bags that we used to travel with, but they're not holding their seal anymore. So I ordered a few more bags from Amazon, and now I can seal up the pillows so that they take up less space in the closet. And they came in a package of 6, so I'll have a few extra to have on hand when we travel.
Hey, I don't think you're supposed to go. Maybe I'm just too slow. We should just lean together. We could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out for someone like you. Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town. I already know. Couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud.
I managed to squeeze one set of pillows into one bag, but the other set of pillows had too much fill and needed to be stored into separate bags. And once I finally got both of the pillows into the bag, it took me a minute to figure out that I needed to remove the blue cap before I could suction out the air. But I was able to get all 4 pillows into half the space that they were taking up before.
Saw you now. Dreams might turn into something real. Don't you give me that look, take a bow, already know. Now you gotta go.
Most of the things in this room just need to find a better home, and I have some things that I'm going to use elsewhere in the house, and I also have things that I either need to sell or donate. And I planned on donating this box of old picture frames, but before I can donate them, I need to pull out the old photographs that are in them, and it's been something that I've been meaning to do since I decluttered the closet in this room, but life just seems to be getting in the way. If you're familiar with the Fly Lady, she suggests dividing the house into 5 zones, and she recommends spending about 15 minutes a day in each zone per week. And she suggests completing all of the weekly tasks in about 1 hour in what she calls a weekly home blessing. I kind of do the opposite. I spend 15 minutes a day on my weekly tasks, and I usually save the zone cleaning for the weekend, and I spend about an hour or so cleaning a zone. And I break my house into 8 zones, and I try to clean 1 zone every week. I clean 4 zones on the upper level each month, and then 4 zones on the lower level I clean the following month. And if a month has 5 weeks, that means I have a free week to do whatever I want. But there's almost always a week or 2 that I miss for one reason or another, but having a cleaning schedule makes it easy to keep on track of what needs to be done.
Could spread your love. What if your sweetness could reach everyone?
When I first decluttered this room, there were a few things that I was undecided about, but now that some time has passed, I realize that I'm not likely to need most of the things that are left in this room. So I'm going to declutter the things that I don't need so that I can start cleaning the space. I was using these gray file boxes to store some of my office supplies in the cabinets that I have in the dining room, but these file boxes just weren't working out the way I planned, and I recently reorganized all of my office supplies and found a better solution, and I'll be interrupting my zone cleaning series so that I can post that video next week, and then the following week I'll continue my zone cleaning on the lower level.
Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one a heart as pure, no, not like yours.
Now that I have this corner of the room cleared out, I can start cleaning the walls and the baseboards, and I can move the things that I plan to keep into this corner of the room as I make my way around.
Dreaming of you.
I'm just using a damp microfiber cloth to wipe down the walls and baseboards in this room. The walls have scuff marks all over the room because there's been so much stored in here, and I have to use a magic eraser in several places around the room. We have a satin paint finish on the walls, so they're easier to clean, but the magic erasers are abrasive, so I need to be careful not to overuse them. But they work great to remove scuff marks.
Smile. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you.
I started to move everything that I wanted to keep together on this one wall, and I want to reuse the frames that I have in this room, but I need to find new prints to put in some of them, and I need to relocate some of the pictures in the house, and this is a project that will have to wait until I can find everything I need and the time to take care of it.
Look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets. Yesterday has gone to sleep, so all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Quiet voices in the night. Time is running out of sight. A lonely wind is passing by. Tries to carry all the whispers that it finds. The walls are listening when we talk, making echoes as we walk. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see.
I've been trying to keep extra organizers and baskets together on this shelf in the closet, and I have a few more things that I need to fit into the shelf so that they're not cluttering up the rest of the room.
Face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but it's so hard to move on. You haven't changed, you stayed the same. But if you did, I'd still love you anyway. promise I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same, I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same.
We had an extra folding table and an office chair that we almost got rid of, but I decided to put them in this room so that I could get a better idea of what will fit in this space. This room is 10 by 10 and it's designed to accommodate a twin-size bed and not a whole lot of anything else. But we need some place for people to sleep when we have house guests, and we also need it to function as more than just a guest room. And I know I want to add a small desk to this room, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to add a pull-out sofa or a day bed. And a day bed would make this room into a bedroom with a workspace, but a sofa bed would make this room into an office where guests can sleep. But in order for this room to hold some type of bed, I will only have 2 walls that I can put a desk on. So after I clean up in this room, I need to move some of the things around so that I can get a better idea of what I should do with this room. I close the blinds so that I can clean all of the slats at the same time, and I clean the front side of the slats, and then I'll flip the blinds over so that I can clean the back side. And I like to clean the blinds before I clean the windows so that I don't end up having to clean the window twice.
Saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you.
probably end up getting rid of this wicker chest, but right now it's full of decorations that I'm not using and I'm not sure what to do with. Eventually, I need to find a place to put everything in this chest or I need to donate it. But for now, everything is in one place and out of the way.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well, I will always be by your side. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
The top of this folding table has seen better days, and I've been thinking about re-laminating the top of it, and we had this extra piece of white laminate from another project and I clamped it to the top of the folding table, but I'm not sure I want to put in the effort for something that we're probably not going to keep very long.
My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
Once the room was all clean, I spent a little time moving things around the room, and I had this table in front of the window, but I decided to try the desk along this wall instead.
You just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set.
My little helper Ace decided to come in and help out to make sure that I got everything in the right place.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world.
I moved everything that I need to donate out into the hallway, and it's hard to believe there's so much left in this room to declutter, but it feels good to free up the space. There's still a few things in this room that I need to take care of, but at least I've made some progress.
I know what it is you do.
That's all for today. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications before you go. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.
Every single day.